Hi, everybody. Welcome to Kiki and Kibbitz. It's Mary, and I'm here with my Life After Lockup season premiere recap. How is everyone doing this lazy Sunday? It's pouring here, and I know when it's raining, I'm lazy and I don't want to do a damn thing. So I decided to hop on and do my recap, and I want to hang out with you guys because my husband is watching football and yelling at the TV. So if you hear a man's voice in the background, really, really loud, I'm sorry. It's Sunday football in the Kruger household, and that's what he does, is yell at the TV really loudly. So how is everybody doing today? What's going on? It's Sunday. It's raining. It's getting close to Christmas. I'm making a mental Christmas list. And I want an empanada maker. I want my husband to buy me an empanada maker. There's this really cool one I saw, and I'm going to talk him into buying me it. So, hey, Catherine and Deidre, how are you? What do you mean no recaps, Dr. Clyde? This is my channel. If I want to do a recap, I'm going to do a recap. So anyway, I want an empanada maker for Christmas. I'm going to talk my husband into buying it. And if he doesn't stop yelling at the TV, I don't know what I'm going to do because he's distracting me. So I'm going to get into this season premiere of Life After Lockup. I'm actually really excited for this season. I can't wait to see what happens. We have some old favorites coming back. We have some couples from the last season of Love After coming back. I know who this is, Dr. Clyde. So anyway, I am looking forward to seeing some of the OG couples and what's going on with them. And one particular OG couple had me cracking up this episode, and I think I want to start with them. I think I want to start with Shavel and Quay because first of all, I want to know where Shavel and her mom got those dresses. What the hell? Okay. So first of all, Shavel starts out, she's talking to her friend, and she's talking about how Quaylon did a total 360. I think she meant to say he did a 180, okay? Because if he did a 360, he would be right back to where he was. So she's telling her friend that he did a total 360 and he got a job, he stepped up, he got a haircut. He cut off those dreads. He's looking like a different Quaylon. And apparently he has a different attitude. Hi, Philly Fox. How are ya? Has a different attitude. And, and Quaylon, apparently, according to Shavel, has done a total 360. We shall see. So the mamas, though, the mamas are not happy about this union. And the mamas are going to duke it out, even though Shavel and her mom are wearing matching dresses. I don't know. It looks like they got them from Fashion Bug or something. Was Fashion Bug having a 2-for-1 sale? I don't know, but Shavel and her mom, the dresses had me cracking up. The wigs had me cracking up. Okay, Shavel, we all know that she's known for her bad wigs. Okay, the wigs in that scene had me dying. And when Quaylon's mom said that she doesn't fight street people, I nearly fell out. Okay, that whole scene is hysterical. And Quaylon and Shavel, that's all I have to say. Okay, wigs, bad fashion, fighting mamas. I mean, that's going to be a hot mess express, and I cannot wait to see what the hell's going to happen with those two. So, Shavel thinks they're getting married. I don't know. I think this is going to be a shit show. What do you guys think? I think it's going to be a shit show. And speaking of a shit show, Joy and Red, okay? First of all, they did the nasty in an igloo outside. I don't care if the igloo is heated and it's all nice on it's an igloo, okay? I don't know what. Anyway, so they were in this igloo all night doing the nasty. They finally woke up the next day in the afternoon. Red goes out for coffee. Joy calls her sister. She's all giggly and happy because they were doing the nasty all night in the igloo. And when Red was taking a long time, Joy was nervous. Okay. And Red stepped outside that igloo. And who does he call? Who does he call? His bestie. And if you guys haven't checked out the video that I did, Joy dropped the only tea about Red and his bestie on TikTok last week. Okay, so all I have to say is Red maybe should check in on his bestie a little more often because he might or might not be a baby daddy. So Red steps outside, calls his bestie, leaves a message that, he left Missouri and he's going to be gone and he just wanted to check in, yada, yada, yada. Then, he goes off to get coffee. And it turns out that he was shopping for a ring for Joy, okay? And production did him dirty. But of course, this is Love After Lockup. And it looked more like a gypsy wagon. To me, it looked like an igloo. It looked like an igloo to me, guys. I don't know. Maybe I'm smoking too much. It looked like an igloo. It was a covered wagon, igloo. I don't know. I don't like sleeping outside. I'm more of an indoors type girl, as you can tell. I'm a city girl. I can't tell the difference between a covered wagon and an igloo. Okay. So I didn't like the idea of sleeping outside. And I really didn't like the idea of Red stepping out to call the bestie. Okay. So this shit is a hot mess express any way you look at it. And then he goes and buys her a $31 ring. Okay. So production does him dirty. Make sure we know that it's a $31 ring. But what do we really expect? Honestly, the guy's been out of jail for 5 days. I mean, it's not like he's going to be able to buy her a $3,100 ring. With what job? But of course, production had to let us know it's a $31 ring. He drops to his knees in the place and he proposes to her. Now, once she finds out that he played her dirty with bestie, we all know the shit's going to fall apart. And that's what I'm waiting for, okay? Because in the beginning, he's going to be all nice to her, waiting to get to New Mexico. Of course, he put the $31 ring on her finger. I love you, I love you, I love you. And the smooches. He is waiting to get to New Mexico to drop the bomb about bestie. And then that's when this whole shit is going to fall apart. And apparently in real life, it has imploded, fallen apart 20 times over. So that's what I'm waiting to see. Now, Cam and Aris. I find this so amusing that Cam wants to live the RV life. Okay? I do not picture Cam as the type that wants to live the RV life, to be honest with you. But hey, he figures, we have to move out of here. We're being evicted because the homeowners association doesn't want me here because I'm a felon, which kind of reminds me of a Love During Lockup storyline. Travis and Ashley, they couldn't live there because he was a felon. Yeah. Okay, so they have to move because the homeowners association wants them out because Cam's a felon. And Cam's grand idea to save them money, space, and when they go touring, they could all be together. Okay. He decides, let's go look at RVs. And his very, very pregnant wife is like, are you kidding me? Even Lena's like, he comes up with bad ideas. Aris just looks around, looks at him, and she's like, we need a house, not a house on wheels. And Cam, honestly, I think you're thinking more about your rap career and you instead of us and the situation at hand. And you know something? I think she's right, because Cam is just thinking about the baby's coming. I want to restart my rap career. I want to go on the road. So let's all of us climb into this RV and live the RV life. a newborn baby in an RV. Cam, let's think about this again. So Aris is like, I don't think so. You have lost your ever loving fucking mind. And even Lena's like, no, Cam, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. But we shall see, because apparently they need to move. So they need to figure out a space. They need to figure out a solution. But an RV is not the solution, in my honest opinion. So now we have Melissa and Louie. Melissa, I don't know. First of all, you committed the utmost Italian sin. Frozen meatballs and jarred sauce. I literally screamed at the fucking TV. Okay? But secondly, I get that she wants to keep Louie in line, okay? And she wants to keep his eye on goals and make sure that he doesn't slip. I get all this, but Melissa, you're being a mega bitch. He's only been out of jail for 4 months, okay? At least he does have a job, even if it is at the pizza place. And you weren't very nice to him. He surprised you in New Jersey. He planned this trip on his own, showing signs of independence, Melissa. And you weren't very nice to him. Actually, you look like you didn't even want him there. How the fuck do you expect the guy to feel? Then Louie walks in, and one of the first things you do, besides act like you don't want him there, is make fun of his teeth. I mean, you make the guy feel like shit. He already feels like shit about his teeth, and you basically laugh at him. Then you guys get back to your apartment, and you tell him he's going to sleep in the guest room. Okay, you guys are on a break, whatever. And you pull out the frozen meatballs. Oh my God, an Italian sin if there ever was one. The frozen meatballs, jarred sauce. You're still ripping into Louie. I mean, give the guy a fucking break. It's been 4 months. And you know something? Yeah, he's living with his mom. Okay, at least this way you know where he is every night. You know he's at home with his mom. I would be grateful, okay, if I was you, knowing that the guy is at home with his mom. He works in the pizzeria. He bought himself a car, Melissa. What else do you want? Okay, but no, you're standing there with frozen meatballs and jarred sauce yelling at the guy. So, of course, he lost his appetite. He went to bed. And Melissa, you know, I'm starting to think that Louie's right. You just wanted to live out this warped high school fantasy of getting the guy that you couldn't get in high school. And now that you got him, you don't want him anymore. And it's like, hello, this is adult life. We're not in high school anymore, Melissa. Okay, please. Louie has feelings, and you're just fucking with his head at this point. So either you want him or you don't want him. Make up your mind. That's the way I feel. And the jar sauce and the meatballs are really pissing me the fuck off. Okay? Jeez. So now, Chance and Taylor. First of all, I just want to reach to the TV and hug Taylor. Okay? Especially their opening scene and her first confessional scene, where she said that her and Chance both bring things to the relationship that each other, you know, don't bring. Like she brings compassion and caring, and he brings bluntness. Okay, I'm like, are you kidding me? So they have their epoxy furniture business, and they're in the store, the hardware store, buying supplies. And of course, Chance has to make a crack about Taylor's weight, about her medium hands, and stupid shit like that. Immediately, straight off the bat, when Chance himself looks like shit. Okay, let's call a spade a spade. He's lost a lot of weight and he looks like shit. So they are going off to meet a client for their epoxy furniture business. And Chance has these grand ideas, okay, of doing demolition and cabinets and flooring and this and that and this and that. And Taylor's like, okay, we're just going to meet this woman to talk to her about, her furniture. Let's not jump ahead of ourselves, Chance, okay? One thing at a time. And Chance is like, I want to make money. We need to expand our business. I want to do construction. I want to do this. I want to do that. And Taylor's like, I understand, but one step at a time. We have this appointment with this woman to talk about, refinishing whatever they were going to refinish. But Chance, of course, while Taylor is standing there talking to her, is looking around this woman's home and he's like, oh, you have a crack in the wall. There's a crack in your ceiling. There's this here and there's this there. I could do renovations, I could do cabinets, I can do this, I can do that. And it's just like, Chance, what a way to overwhelm the potential client. Like, chill the hell out. Okay. So even the lady said herself, oh, I didn't realize I was getting cabinets. I thought I was just talking about refinishing my counter. So then Chance goes outside and lo and behold, he gets a phone call. And guess what? It's his past calling. It's his past in the form of, what was this guy's name again? Bobo is coming back to haunt his ass because apparently Chance has prison debts. Does that surprise anybody? Considering his money management skills in the outside world, didn't surprise me one bit. So Taylor's in there talking to the client, trying to negotiate a contract, and he's out there on the phone basically shitting his pants because this Bobo guy is coming back for his money, and he wants his money, and he wants his money with interest, and he doesn't give a shit what Chance has to say. He is out, and he wants his money. So now it's $1,000. It's a stack. Chance owes him a whole stack, okay? With interest and everything, it's a whole stack. And Chance says, in prison, your word means everything. And according to him, the reason why he hasn't been able to make money is going to parks, hanging out with Taylor, going to the movies. How about your gambling habit? Your money mismanagement habit, your credit cards, etc. All the times I've had you on my live, Chance, yelling at you about money management and credit and everything else. And you were so proud of your credit score. Do you guys remember that? All the times I yelled at him? Well, yeah. Apparently, he has prison debts too. Not surprised. So this guy, Bobo, was coming back and he is going to kick his ass. I mean, I don't know, but yeah. Chance is in a lot of trouble. And now he goes and he's like, Taylor, come on. We got to go. And he's just, basically shitting his pants. And I just want to reach to the TV and hug Taylor because, of course, she has no fucking clue what's happening because I'm sure Chance didn't tell her about his prison debt. I'm sure Chance didn't tell her about half of his outside world debt. And there's a lot of other things that Chance didn't tell her about. And it is just fucked up. So, and that's just the beginning for Chance and Taylor. And now we have Kayrock and Britney. And all I have to say is, holy shit. If my husband ever tried to surprise me with jumping out of a fucking plane. Okay, fun story. We were in the Dominican Republic and we went jet skiing. And my husband nearly killed me on the back of a jet ski. Okay. I don't know how to swim, guys. So I was crying, hysterical, boogers coming out of my nose, screaming at the top of my lungs because my husband tried to kill me on the back of a jet ski. Okay. Imagine if you try to take me skydiving. No. Okay. So Kayrock wants to propose, and I'm going to say it again. I want Kayrock's mom, Tammy, to adopt me. Okay. I love this woman. I absolutely love her. Love her. And I love you guys for joining me on this rainy Sunday evening. So, Kayrock and Britney, I love Tammy. I want her to adopt me. And Kayrock wants to properly propose to Britney. So he tells his mom that he's going to propose to Britney. And his mom says, okay, hold on, stay right there, don't move. And comes back with a beautiful family heirloom ring that has been in the family for like 1,000 years or something. Okay, like his great grandmother had it, and gave it to Kayrock to give to Britney. And of course, I was teary-eyed again. Okay. I love Tammy. Tammy, if you're listening, please adopt me. Just saying. Okay. So now Kayrock is trying to tell Britney that their surprise is horseback riding. Now, Britney, honey, even if you were going horseback riding, why were you wearing a mini dress and heels like that high? Okay. But anyway, so they're in the car and they start to have a discussion, which I'm just going to say highlights how emotionally and in age immature Britney is. Because Britney is, guys, we always have to remember this, 22 years old. And she went into jail very young. Okay. So she's having this conversation with Kayrock. And it turned to about how when she was first born, her father was jumped by 7 guys. And Kayrock said, black guys. And she said, you know, she didn't want, she said, why does it matter that they were black? And Kayrock said, well, maybe that has something to do with why your father doesn't want to meet me. Because, you know, I would kind of understand if I was jumped by 7 brothers, that I would kind of have a clouded view. And Britney immediately started to get angry with him. Instead of having a mature discussion about this with him, because Kayrock did have a point, that may have something to do with why her father doesn't approve of the relationship. But instead of, you know, thinking about it, she immediately got defensive, snapped back at him and said, no, it's because you're trans. And the look on Kayrock's face, I was just like, you know, and this is on the way to her proposal. Like, she doesn't realize this at the time, but they're on the way to her marriage proposal. Okay. So the look on Kayrock's face, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, you know, and this whole conversation to me just cements on how Britney is just so young and so immature, and she just has so much more life to live. Okay, so much more life to live. So she gets angry at him. She snaps at him. And Kayrock is like, well, maybe that's the reason. Both are the reasons. Trans and I'm black. So Britney's mad. And that almost ruined the moment. Sorry, guys, I dropped my phone for a second. But they get to the ranch, right? And she's like, what kind of fucking ranch is this? This ranch is small as fuck. And she's like walking in her high heels. And Kayrock's like, don't worry, you know, just come on. And then the lady's like, are you ready to fly? And she's like, what? We're here to ride. Then she realizes that they're getting ready to go skydiving. And I swear, I thought Britney was going to shit herself right then and there. And Kayrock's like, come on. This is how you're going to prove to me that you're willing to die for me. I know you're willing to ride for me, but I want to see how far You're going to go for me. Okay. And Brittany's like, you have lost your ever loving mind. And she's fiddling with the papers. Kayrock is cracking the fuck up. She's like, I don't want to do this. I really don't want to do this. We are getting married, right? After I jump out of this fucking plane, you're going to make it worth my while and we are going to get married, right? And Kayrock is just laughing the whole time. Then he's like, okay, I'll be right back, Brittany. I have to go out to the car. Then this was the golden scene, I say, of the episode. And scenes like this is why I love After Lockup, okay? He calls Brittany's grandmother to ask for her blessing, okay? And that was fucking hysterical. He's trying to ask her for her blessing. And instead of saying he wants to marry Brittany, he says that he despises Brittany. And Brittany's grandmother's like, you despise Brittany? Why? But it all worked out in the end. Brittany's grandmother figured out what he was saying, gave her blessing. He was happy as all hell. Runs back. The two of them are in their jumpsuits. He's giving her a pep talk. He's like, you did time. You can do this. You did time. We're Team B-Rock. Yeah. And Brittany's like, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. Okay. I did time. I'm going to say it with my whole chest. Okay. Okay. So they get on the plane. And guess what? Brittany's jumping first. So the episode ends with her screaming her head off. And we shall see next week. So I think it was a pretty good season premiere. I'm looking forward to the season. And all I have to say is once Red gets New Mexico, that's when the real shit's going to hit the fan. And that's what I'm waiting for. So that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this rainy, lazy Sunday. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.